global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Right now, there seems to be so much tension going on with this whole elections here and there. INEC chairman, I'm talking about Professor Yakubu Mahmood, is really on the hot seat right now, as even his senior staffs are demanding for his sack. They've already reached out through an open letter to the presidency and look at their terms and conditions. Apparently, there's more than meets the eyes, and they're even inviting EFCC, ICPC in this matter. Now, to make matters interesting, a former CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, former president, have also said to speak on the issue of Yakubu Mahmood. In fact, he said he weeps and sheds tears each time he sees Mahmood talking and defending, according to him, the electoral fraud, and according to him, the INEC chairman Mahmood lied. We're going to go through this to give full details on how this whole two news, transpired and further. It's quite an interesting drama, I must say. Before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You set by notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Senior staff members of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) have demanded the sacking of Professor Mahmood Yakubu as the chairman of the commission. They accused the chairman of neglecting the welfare of staff and prioritizing his own welfare through awards of contracts that allegedly benefited him. In a letter addressed to President Bola Tinubu by concerned staff of the Independent National Electoral Commission nationwide, they advised the president to immediately sack him as national chairman of INEC. The letter, which was sent by his senior personnel of INEC who claimed to have attended some of the meetings where the staff debated the issues, called the attention of the president Tinubu to 10 issues they are aggrieved about. They describe Professor Yakubu as a tyrant who sees staff as slaves with no right to complain, and stresses that the system has become rotten due to the leadership style of Professor Yakubu Mahmood. Now, the INEC chairman is also accused of refusing to implement the review duty tour allowance, that's DTA, and the 40% peculiar allowance to staff approved by the former president Muhammadu Buhari since September 2022. Now, the staff said they would also not benefit from the federal government approved 35% for all federal workers to cushion the effect of subsidy removal because he would say there is no money. They claim that the INEC chairman's promise to increase electoral hazard allowance at a meeting which staff in November 2022 were still not fulfilled till now. Part of the letter reads, and I quote, "Professor Yakubu Mahmood has also turned the commission into a one-man show. No commissioner can approach him. He takes critical decisions alone without the input from other commissioners, thereby seeing himself as a god. Professor Yakubu Mahmood does not allow staff to air their grievances as there is no medium or mechanism to address them. There is a serious financial misappropriation by Professor Yakubu Mahmood as he concentrates mainly on contracts that will benefit him. Relevant authorities such as EFCC and ICPC can be invited to check INEC financial record for confirmation." The staff stated they could no longer wait for the end of his second tenure in November 2025, as many of their colleagues had died due to neglect of staff welfare matters. In conclusion, the staff stated, "We, the entire staff of INEC, are disappointed over the leadership style of Professor Yakubu Mahmood, and we hereby pass a vote of no confidence on him. We want him to go now, since staff welfare matters is critical to any credible election. We are tired of Professor Yakubu Mahmood's abuse of office. We humbly request presidential intervention in this matter so that the situation will not go out of hand, as INEC staff may not want to go on mass protest over neglect of staff welfare matters, are cautioned by the abuse of office leader by Professor Yakubu Mahmood, Honorable Chairman INEC." Explaining why the staff chose to write a letter to the president on the issues, a deputy director in the commission said, "INEC has no labor union, as it is not allowed. Those who tried to start 1-2 years ago were transferred out of INEC headquarters to different states by the chairman." He said, "Now, Rotimi Onyekami, chief press secretary to the INEC chairman on Tuesday, said he was at a meeting when contacting him anyway. But while responding to a text message on letter, he said he heard about it, but I have not seen it. That's him, the chief press secretary, is saying that though he has heard about this issue, he still hasn't seen the letter. But okay, I guess everybody here is trying to be safe. But let's find out really what the former chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, that's Bishop John Onanyekon, has got to say. Now, the former chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, John Onanyekon, has said that the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, that's INEC, Mahmood Yakubu, professor, knows that he is telling lies about the February 25th presidential election. The election produced the All Progressive Congress Bola Tinubu as president, but the matter is now in the Supreme Court as the opposition are contesting the result. After persistently claiming that the election was rigged in Tinubu's favor, Onanyekon again on a few hours ago actually bombed Yakubu, saying he had failed to admit that nothing went wrong with the polls. Speaking to the media in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, he said he shed tears when he again heard the INEC boss defending the election. This is a place where nothing works. We should refuse to accept this is a country where certificates are forged and it is okay. We should refuse to agree that this is where elections are rigged and you say go to court. I shed tears when I heard him say the election went well. He knows he is not telling the truth. Whatever judges may decide at the end of the day, the truth will make us free. I guess everybody is just complaining of the same INEC chair. INEC chair here, INEC chair there. The senior staffs are crying and screaming. And since unfortunately INEC is not in labor union, they cannot go on strike. And to think that they have an election to hold come November 11 and the staff welfare have not been fully paid for or fully taken care of, this may not go well. Now we understand why we have decadence and decays and corruption in some of these agencies, where some of things entitlements meant for them are being allegedly held by the senior boys on top, or at the top. The young ones under, the junior staff under, are left to take care of themselves. So when the highest bidder comes in, like what Dalong said, Solomon Dalong says something very strong. It was actually advising, I guess it's sarcasm, was actually advising the candidates contesting for the November 11 election, governors and the likes. He said, look, why are you going nationwide campaigning, and why are you going to your state, your constituencies and all to campaign? Just walk straight to INEC and campaign there. Because unfortunately, which is no more longer democracy, if you can campaign rightly in INEC, whatever the people vote doesn't really matter. It's what INEC says eventually that matters. And it all begins from this situation where the staffs are already complaining that a lot of their welfare packages have not been met. And they're literally calling for their own Oga sack. It's a strong statement. And now, if someone already from the environment they've already found, allegedly so, they're already complaining of the organ. So what do you think Nigerians in the nutshell will do in a situation like this? No checks, no balances, and they're even literally using their own way to invite EFCC and ICPC to come check their books to see for themselves. It's a strong statement. And of course, everyone is trying to play safe. And the chief press secretary said, look, I've never heard about that before. I don't know nothing about it. In fact, doesn't even want to talk about it because, those who attempted to, question the status quo were transferred out of the headquarters. Normally the headquarters is where soft things happen. And if you're posted out of the headquarters to God knows where, a lot of small fringe benefits you may not enjoy. Unfortunately, that's how a corporate ladder in Nigeria works. Always it's nicer to be at the headquarters, or else they'll try as much as you can to be around the good books of the big boys. But then again, let's find out eventually how this will roll. Let's put in our comment section. What's your take on the drama unfolding? The former Khan president is literally calling out the same matter, the same Mahmood. Jiga is literally telling Nigerians that going forward, the president shouldn't have the power, executive power, to appoint the chairman of INEC. Of course, things are going south over this whole matter. Let's put in our comment section. What's your take on this drama?